How you guys doing? Welcome to the live stream for all the TA Fans Club members. Now, the live stream is for everybody, but if you are TA Fans Club member, you can actually chat with me and ask us stuff. So we'll see how that goes. Let me just chill my stuff a little bit around the channels. There we go, there we go, there we go. What's up, Decentraplan? Do you have a life, man? You always on, man. How you doing, man? What are we looking at today? Planets, comets, asteroids, meteors. Something fell down over Zagreb. We think it's a bird. It might be in a plane, but it looks like it was a drone. Hi Björnar, how you doing? Går det bra? Hva skjer I Trøndelag? Bjørnar Trangmyr. Bjørnar, er du mye på Finansavisen sin forum? Det det jeg lurer på. Martin, heia. We already got 3 TF Fans Club members, so you know, it's already good times. I have a busy life and one other priority, learn crypto from the pro. Ooh, nice. Nice. Appreciate that, appreciate that. I love watching, you know, the space. I don't know why. So you see here Earth, Venus, Mars, where is Mercury? Mercury is right over there. So they are not in line, nothing special is happening. Nothing special is happening. Let's turn off the, comets and just look at the planets. Pluto's got one really weird orbit. I don't know why they took out Pluto off the, planet chart. It's big enough. It's not, by some kind of definition, it's not, it's not a planet. It's a satellite or whatever it's want to call it. But it's big. It's big enough. We like it. Okay, we're not gonna dwell too much on the planets, guys. We're not gonna dwell too much on the planets. Does anybody, we can start with Bitcoin and see what's happening down here. Not much. We are still in this triangle that we said we are gonna be in triangle. This is taking a little bit too much time. The failure, we are actually failing to get back above this moving average, which I actually look a little bit on bearish side. Fint var I Trøndelag, bare topp. Er ikke der, nei. Link. I don't have a link, but if you go to finansavisen.no and you go to the forum, then people are always shilling whatever stock they have. It's really funny because most of these guys, I think most of the people that are on this forum are really delusional about the value of whatever they are holding. Like they have absolutely no clue. It's always like this contract, that contract, something's gonna happen. So, I mean, the chart looks like it's going down like like a comet meteor towards the Earth. And they're like, no, it's gonna be fine. This is gonna bounce 200x, 300x in next 3 months for whatever reason. So a lot of fun stuff, a lot of fun. There is one other in Norwegian forum. It's called Tech Investor, I think. Tech Investor as well. Yeah, Tech Investor. You have to join here. But these guys are mostly into the what are you gonna say, into the tech tech stocks as well, and crypto, a little bit of crypto as well. There are not much crypto people here. There is a currency and crypto forum, but people are not talking that much in here. So most of the guys here are just into regular Norwegian stocks, this and that, but I think everybody is really delusional about where what's gonna happen. Most of the people, I mean, there are some smart guys, but not a good place to hang around with. You want to hang around with a good crowd. You want to hang around people who know stuff. Like this channel. I'm talking too much about myself. Anybody want to see anything interesting? But by the way, let's start by looking at Phantom. Phantom is down 3%. Let's check it out. Thanks, mate. Yeah, you do that. I think Tech Investor is a little bit better than Finansavisen forum is just like total garbage, I think. But it's interesting to read from time to time. So let's go to the 4-hourly time frame up here. It might be looking like some kind of you know, bounce is coming very soon on Phantom, maybe, because this support line over here is holding really nicely, and you know, this it is creating nice wedge. So you know, I'm looking for, if this, you know, start going towards the upside up here, it just might rally a little bit towards the upside. So that's gonna be nice if that actually happens. Let's see up here, and how far can we expect the rally to go? I would say all the way up here, 188. So that's gonna be a big rally towards the upside. This is 60%, but right here is 58%, a little bit down, around 40% up here. Worst case scenario, 33%, 25 to 30%, maybe even you know, these moving averages. Depends on how much you know, how much it can pump. Today's Friday, weekly is getting overextended on Phantom, so I'm definitely watching Phantom right now, because Phantom is getting overextended to the downside on the weekly time frame. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is 5th week that it's stumping on the downside. Let's just, you know, make this smaller and this one bigger, and you can see right now that Phantom is coming to the overextended territory. So this Cardano, yeah, we're gonna check Cardano, mate, for you. By the way, this Phantom is right now getting to this overextended territory, right? And you know, this I mean, if it goes down here, you know, that's you know, a must buy, because these overextended levels always pull back. But right now, it is getting pretty low. I mean, just because it gets low, it doesn't mean it's gonna go all the way up there, but you know, it might have a nice pump towards the upside. You know, it could be a nice trading opportunity towards the upside up here. You can see here, yeah, it goes down something like this. It continued going down, but you know, that was overextended. So let's check out the wicks up here on this one. Let's check out wicks, measure wicks instead of close. And you can see here, wick is getting a little bit on the downside down here. But this is, you know, there's a programming error up here. I need to fix the code, because you can see here it measures these wicks on the downside, but this wick it measures actually up here. So this wick's on the downside, when it was red, it was actually a lot lower than it is right now. So it just looks like if it's green or red. If it's red, it measures this wick. If it's green, it measures this wick. You know, I should probably, you know, specify what kind of wick I wanted to measure, instead of just measure wick. Yeah, instead of close, I should specify, you know, measure bottom wick or measure top wick. So I need to, you know, redo the. Change it a little bit on source code. You can see the source code. It's not actually that fantastically, you know. So it's very simple code. Yeah, I'll do that another time. Cardano, ETH. Yeah, let's start with Cardano first and see how Cardano is doing. But Phantom right now, I think it's getting ready, you know, for a move towards the upside. I think Phantom, because it's getting overextended to the downside. Just so you guys know, Luna has, you know, pulled back 10%. It hit 100 up here, 104 actually, created double top up here, and it has this divergence up here, so you cannot go higher because of the huge big ass divergence that's happening on the chart right now. That said, let's go to the 2 weeks up here. I'm gonna show you on 2 weeks we also have the big ass divergence, so technically it cannot go higher, because as soon as it goes higher we'll be creating this divergence. So I think people are already seeing that, so I think Luna hit some kind of top right now, unfortunately. Okay, let's check Cardano. Long time since I checked Cardano, so I don't know what's happening Cardano. So let's see down here. Cardano is also getting overextended on the downside. Wow, it's just bleeding so much to the downside. You can see here we broke this very important level of support down here, right around $1 through the 50 moving average. Right now trying to get back above the 50 moving, failure to do that. It kind of indicates this might drop on the downside. You know, the good stuff is if this, you know, stays like this up here and we create some kind of you know, doji up here, maybe, just maybe next week might pump towards the upside. So there is always that. And right now we are getting into this overextended territory between the 10 and 20 moving average. Let's see how that actually looks on the TLA overextended indicator on here. Now the problem with Cardano is just doesn't have that much data, but you can see here down here 1, 2, 3 times. 1, 2, 3. So this candle up here, it pumped a little bit. This candle, it pumped a little bit, but right back down again. So it is on the downside down here. But you can see here previously. Let me just turn off RSI and MACD. We don't need these. We don't need these second grade low baddies, you know, bad indicators. We just want the good indicators, right? So you can see down here, over here, it did pump a little bit, you know, 3 weeks, you know, a little bit towards the upside, and then it continued on the downside. Down here, this was a big dump. It was a big sudden dump. So, you know, just doing this up here, small triangle, maybe. I think maybe it might go a little bit towards the upside, a little bit towards the upside. I think next week might be good. I think next week might be good. Because this is a little bit too overextended the way I see it. A little bit too overextended, but we are below the support. So you got this 0.71 that actually held previously 0.72, but we got this of course 0.5 and 3 level support. After that, like it just becomes terrible. It's all the way down here at 0.15 or something like that. So you know, we don't want to look at that. How much has Cardano bled so far? 76%, so that's not that much, man. I mean, we know coins that bled definitely a lot worse than this. Let me show you one coin, this one over here. This is insane. You know, this is 96.7%, and that's what you get when you have these pump and dump coins, right? There is no fundamentals, at least not for us. So no, the only people that are talking about Jasmy are the people that, you know, holding Jasmy that bought up here and are down 96%. But you can see that Cardano is down only. Cardano is down only. Where is Cardano? It's only down 76%, so it's not even 80%. And some other coins are down a lot. Let's see Polkadot. Polkadot is down 74%. Chainlink from the all-time high is down 70. Oh, so everything, you know, all of these good coins are down like 70%. Matic is not that down much. It was down 58%. Harmony was actually 70%. VeChain is down a lot. From the all-time high, 86%, but from this down here, 70s. Okay, so everything is around 70-80% then. So these good coins. FTT, 64%. I don't know. Kadena is up 10% today as well. Let's go look at Kadena. What did we say about Kadena yesterday? This is daily time frame. Now we are watching Kadena today. Yeah, we are watching Kadena today because they had you remember the stream, guys. You remember the stream today morning daily stream. Let's find the stream, guys. Let's find the stream. Hi Demjan, how you doing? Welcome back into the chat. Let's find the stream, guys. YouTube. This is gonna be fun. This is gonna be late adopter, but you know, algorithm is gonna find it. I think it's let's go to the late adopter and the latest live stream, not this one. Okay, let me just no, it's not this one. This is March 10. I had a live stream today as well. Where is my today's live stream? Huh? What the WTF, man? Where's my today? Sort by all videos. Uploads, sort by. Huh? Where is the live stream from today? It cannot be this one. Interesting. Live now. Past live streams. Oh, there is it. 11 hours ago. This one. Okay, let me find. We talked about Kadena today in today's video. It was very interesting. Where was it? That was this was the XY. Here we go. Ago, somebody knew about the listing, guys. Somebody knew about the listing, guys. Is that RSI bouncing on the line now? Not a descending triangle. We're gonna check it out. That's exit strategy right there. Yeah. That's the only thing that's why does KDA have any kind of news? And this,
KDA
we checked the
news.
KDA for news, and look at this.
Kadena Twitter. Let's see if
Look
they
at this.
have anything right now. March 4, 1 we're extremely excited to announce Kadena token will be listed on Binance.
Oh, Binance listing 1 hour ago. 1 hour ago. So now we go check it out. 1 hour ago, 2, 3. Somebody knew. 4 hours ago, somebody knew about the listing, guys. Somebody knew. I be careful with Phantom though. Yeah, I'm careful about Phantom, but you know, I understand that, you know, nothing goes down to zero, you know, in one move. I just said, TLA, sir, Kadena is pumping. Yeah, it's pumping because it's getting listed on Binance. The news is pumping.
What did we say about KDA
so,
today?
you know, easiest short ever. Yeah, easiest short ever.
Easiest
definitely.
short ever.
So once it's on Binance, just, you know, market short this, you know, with 120x. It's gonna be legit. It's gonna be legit. I don't know. But you know, it looks like it's breaking the trend up here on the 4 hourly as well. So it does look like a big pump. I mean, Binance news. Binance news is gonna pump anything, especially KDA. Eventually, it gets to Binance, you know. So, you know, in the morning you drink Coke,
Trading
in the evening you
today.
drink milk. At 11:30, KDA trading payments will launch on BTC, BUSD, and USDT. So finally, they are gonna get some exit liquidity in the market. Oh man, they're gonna get exit liquidity. That's good for Kadena. So you know, now the founders can, you know, finally, you know, cash out. Nah, I'm just joking. I'm just joking, guys. But it is nice move. It is nice move, and you know, and you see, you know, oftentimes you won't see any kind of news up here, you know, or down here or here. You always see it at the end of these moves. You know, okay, now it's time to get the listing. Let's pump it. You know, so you can see it here. So how long this is gonna go towards the upside? That's the big question, right? Kadena right now is a little bit overextended. Let's see overextensions here on the 4 hourly time frame. Down here. Yeah, definitely overextend like MF. You know, these overextend levels are insane. You gotta go into the bull market back here at the very top where you can see these overextensions. So this is already overextended as a you know what. This is extremely overextended on 4 hourly right now. It needs to consolidate up here, right? If it wants to make a move towards the upside. You can see here only to 200 moving average right now, hitting a resistance at 200 moving average. Can you check my protocol? Okay, guys, that's it for today. That's it. So I was hoping that you know, when something, you know, explodes to the upside, if it wants to continue towards the upside, it needs to, you know, consolidate above certain levels and then continue, right? Because it got extended, it needs to consolidate and continue. Now this is Binance listing in some kind of bearish market, right? So you know, when you get these kind of pumps, and this was not kind of a small pump, this was 36% pump, and right now it's done at 10%. So you know, it went down 20% on the downside, back to the moving averages down here, but it was kind of expected, you know. So when you see something that's, you know, pumping big time towards the upside up here, you can see it continued a little bit, you know, you're gonna get, you know, the move on the downside when it gets that extent that fast. You know, best case scenario, if it can manage to hold these levels, that's very bullish. That's why we like these big pumps with the consolidation pattern, usually, you know, some kind of, you know, slow down move, you know, some kind of bull flag, and then, you know, next move towards the upside. That's the best case scenario, right? You get some kind of pulse move, then you get a bull flag, consolidation pattern, and then you break that and you continue towards the upside. Unfortunately, if you fail to do that, you know, you do something like this up here. You're trying to hold these moving averages, but it looks like just falling through them as well down here. So, you know, it's back inside this big triangle, so we're gonna see how this actually plays out, but, you know, it's back down at 10%. Let's check out Ethereum. By the way, what did we say about Cardano over here? What did we say about Cardano? Short term, do we have any kind of divergence on Cardano or anything like that? Yeah. So if this on the daily time frame, we might have a divergence on the daily time frame. you can see down here that we have a pretty big divergence up here. So if this falls any lower than this over here, there will definitely be some kind of divergence that will pump us a little bit towards the upside. It doesn't have to pump you all the way up there, but it can pump you a little bit towards the upside. So this doesn't look like it's gonna dump, you know, big time right now to downside. I'm looking for you know, short term a small move towards the upside. This small move needs to be broken, of course. This small move needs to break certain levels to continue going towards the upside. And I think the one of the important ones is down here, something around 88.4 or something like that, give or take, because this divergence up here, this small petite little double bottom, needs to get above this 0.88 to be a little bit bullish. But I don't right now, that's that. You draw this something like this over here, and that's not that optimistic for price. Something like this, maybe. Maybe small head and shoulders pattern. Nah, I don't see it. Do you see any kind of pattern on this chart, man? I don't see any kind of pattern. Let's just draw the lines. Maybe, right? Maybe. I mean, we are just breaking all the rules here, but maybe, right? Maybe. And pro trick for drawing the trend lines. When you don't know where the trend lines is, just don't use magnet and stuff like that. Just draw the trend lines like freehand and try to see what you get out with this one. So over here, this looks like some kind of downtrend. This looks like some kind of range. This breaking this range on the downside. Fail right now, going into this falling wedge down here. Breaking the falling wedge on the downside, you get capitulation. Towards the upside, you get nice maybe consolidation up here, just like over here. So it does look like some kind of falling wedge, don't you think, man? Do you like the falling wedge, the center plant? Do you like the falling wedge? Maybe. Is that RSI bouncing on the line now, not a descending triangle? Which RSI on what chart? I'm a little late, I get that, but so it broke on the downside. This is actually a 33. Wow, this is so low, man. This is getting into capitulation area, right? See here, this is the lowest RSI, even lower than Corona dump, even lower than the 2018 down here at 37. Right now, your RSI, weekly RSI, is as low as 33. Insane. 33. This is the lowest RSI ever. So maybe, just maybe, that's why I'm seeing these low RSI. I'm saying to people like, maybe this is we are gonna enter some kind of capitulation phase where we go into the minus 20 levels and stuff like that, capitulate and then continue towards the upside. But I've also said, like, there might be a chance that we don't get any kind of capitulation phase, just continue towards the upside. And I'm getting a little bit bullish on that. WTF TLA, you are a double cloned. Wanted to smash you a like quickly while getting to my car. Double cloned, yeah. Lol. LOL. So definitely potential for some kind of when stuff is bleeding for this long, something is gonna happen. Something's gonna happen. Are we gonna see this 200 moving average on, or are we gonna see the hit on the 200 moving average down here at 0.5? I don't know. Let's go a little bit back in time just to get my lines back. So there we go. Lines are back. We need lines. So yeah, maybe some kind of falling wedge, some kind of double, little petite double bottom down there, maybe some kind of move towards the upside. I'm still looking at this trend line, and this trend line up here, it's not that convincing, to be honest with you. Maybe this is more convincing trend line. Maybe this is a better one. I think there are several. let me invert the chart. So this is 1. I'm gonna say this is 2, and right now we have to get a capitulation area. Capitulation move. So the last dump, I think we are getting too close to the last dump. Let me explain to you how these parabolic moves happen, and they happen both to the upside and downside. Oftentimes, let me just normalize the chart. Oftentimes when you have a parabolic move, they happen in 3 or 4 phases, right? First it goes slowly, then it increases the speed, and then it has a blow off top. That's why we call this the parabolic move. Now parabolic moves happen both to the upside and to the downside as well. And once you're done with this parabolic move, you can be finished with it, right? And they happen in three stages. So you can not always, but most often you can draw a trend line. So this is first trend line, and when you see that it's getting extended from the first trend line, its probability is that's creating the second trend line. And when the second trend line starts, it goes even faster towards the upside. This is what we call the last parabolic move, the third phase. And in this third phase, as soon as it breaks this over here, it starts doing something like this. Oftentimes it tries to get back on the line, maybe 1-2 times, and then it starts falling down to the next trend line and breaks that, and and capitulate, and you get capitulation on the downside. So you get this reversal to the downside. But parabolic moves happen in 1, 2, 3 lines, right? 1, 2, 3 lines, 3 moves, sometimes 4 moves, depending on how you look at this first start move. But once they start, it's like 1, 2, 3 moves, and then you get this parabolic move towards the upside. So if you look at the chart over here, if you invert the chart, just so you understand this a little bit better, you see here that this is right now the second move. So this is the first move. From this point to this point, this is the first move, and for this point you can see that it's following this line towards the upside, right? So this is the second move. So we we don't have to, sometimes you can just break this and try to go something like this, and then consolidate. There can be different kinds, but right now you can see that right over here, the speed at which is dumping, it is getting increased, right? So this is right now the second move up here. So what we are looking for right now, if this, if it starts breaking certain supports up here, it might increase speed on the downside, and that's gonna be what we call capitulation, because you get a one move, first phase, second phase, and third phase up here, towards the upside, and this is a parabolic move towards the downside. Unfortunately, it looks like it's doing that right now. So let's hope it doesn't do one of these moves on the downside down here, right? So it goes something like this up here, and then it speeds up, and then and then breaks, and continues towards the upside, right? So this is capitulation on the downside on the third move. What's up? Christopher Robinson joined on the latest live stream. It's back in the chat right now. 2 months. Hey man, how you doing? Not much, just explaining people how the parabolic moves are happening, what we are looking for on the charts, and hoping doesn't happen with Cardano. But it's been for hodlers up here, it's been just a mess. It's just, I think a lot of hodlers got bought down here, right here, because they were like, oh, it's consolidated, it's just gonna explode. So they bought accumulation, and then bam, right back down. So this might be some kind of falling wedge. So if this falling wedge breaks on the downside, it's gonna be terrible. We are gonna into capitulation area. So this capitulation, will it happen? I think the probability for capitulation to happen on Bitcoin is pretty likely. I think it is likely that this consolidation pattern up here, this consolidation pattern breaks on the downside. Once it breaks on the downside, we might see some kind of lows. We don't have the parabolic move to the downside on Bitcoin, which is good, because Bitcoin, but on Cardano there is parabolic move to the downside right now. I think other coins also have. Let's see. It's always easier to see. This doesn't seem to have. One. But this is too big. But it did this, and right now climbing the break, try to get up. So this looks like it's actually gonna go this way. This looks like it might actually because it looks like it broke the trend, because this was the trend. It broke the trend, tried to get back up the trend. This is the second try, failing to that, and then, you know, reverses. So Dogecoin might be looking at some kind of reversal. But if Dogecoin is really looking for a reversal, then maybe, you know, Cardano is also looking for a reversal right now, right? There are options, guys. There are always options. Let's go check what markets are doing, what markets, how market, today's Friday, so, you know, we gotta check what markets did. By the way, guys, how do you like music? Can you hear the music at all? Is it too loud or too soft? Or is it very nice background noise? You know, background noise, that's what I want in my chat. I just want some background noise that people do not even notice. So, no, we're not gonna do metals, we're gonna do futures on Dow Jones. Futures now. Dow Jones still looks terrible. Today it's closing in red as well. 2 red candles down here. Let's see weekly. Weekly is a lot more important, and we gotta have our moving averages up here for this one. It is getting a little bit extended on the downside from the moving average. You can see up here the moving averages and this extension. So let's check out extensions on the downside, how this is actually playing out. Is this normal extensions on the weekly time frame? No, it's pretty big extensions on the downside. Now, in some kind of bearish markets, these extensions to the downside can be a lot severe. But you know, after that you get these nice pumps towards the upside. So let's go back in time. Let's go to Dow Jones and let's go back in time, guys. Let's go way back in time. Up here, this is on weekly time frame. So we're gonna go all the way back to 1929 down here. You can see it down here. You know what we can do? We can check, you know, the drop now, and compare it to 1929 drop extensions on the moving average. And you can see here that if we get depression right now, if this is start of some kind of depression, if this is start of some kind of you know, big market crash, and this lasted for 3 years, from 29 all the way to 32, 3 years dumping. Look at the overextensions on the downside. Right now we are where the blue line is. This is normal overextensions, but in some kind of extreme scenario when it's dumping overextensions, you know, we gotta look for down to some kind of 20% overextensions. Anything around 20%, I think it's pretty safe to assume that it's gonna bounce towards the upside. And these huge overextensions down here, like they might continue. Like some of them, you know, bounce back pretty hard. Let me see how much is this. This is 40% bounce towards the upside, so it gets people rallied. But you can see that it is following weekly 20 moving average on the downside, this red line. So this is the what I fear that might happen right now. You know, with the supply chain breaking down, with the food shortage, with inflation or deflation or whatever you want to call it. With war, you know, so, you know, the world is in turmoil right now. So if this happens, we might, you know, this is not enough. These overextensions are not enough. We might be looking at something even worse that to come, right? This. I think if we get, and this dump down here was something like how much is that? 90% down. So I'm gonna get 90%. I don't want to be too bearish, you know, but you can see here that we are only on, right now we are only on some kind of normal overextensions to the downside, and we should technically expect some kind of bounce towards the upside, towards moving averages. But if you see this continue to bleeding on the downside, you can we might start, you know, fearing for the worst, right? Hey, I still got this membership, lol. Chadwick down 3 months. Thanks, man. Yeah, a lot of people just still get it because, you know, it's $3, man. It's $3, $2.99 or something like that, right? It's $3. So I do appreciate it, even though you forgot about it. I do appreciate you are still a supporter, and I'm fan member of TF Fans Club. You know, so my man TLA, what's up? TLA fam. Salim is back in the chat. 3 months. Hi man, how you doing? So we are just looking at right now Dow Jones Industrial Index and how this might affect. This is definitely some kind of downtrend. It already had to. It's not like it's not like this is breaking some trend that needs to bounce and retest that trend, right? It's not something like this up here or something like this up here where it needs to, you know, where is it? Where is the line? Where is this? Where it needs to, you know, retest the trend, because we already did that up here. So let me show you up here on this line up here. I think this was the trend towards the upside. This is the break of the trend. This is the test. Second test, both tests failed, went down below the support, and right now it's in free fall. So you know markets are looking very, very bad. Whoever tells you that markets are looking good, they are looking very, very bad, very, very bad. By the way, guys, in the start of this live stream, I showed on Norwegian forum. For this is Finansavisen, finance newspaper, and they got this forum, and most, like I said to my mate Bjornar, most of people here. So I said to Bjornar here that most of people on this forum are really delusional about where the price is going. Number one, most of them do not understand tech analysis. Number two, they are looking at fundamentals all the too wrongly, so they do not understand that a price cannot do jump from $1 to $10 to 10x just because they get some kind of contract, something like that. It can happen, but it's very very rare. Also, they buy very bearish coins because they hope it's been bleeding enough, it's gonna bounce. It doesn't happen that way. But a lot of people on this forum, because Norway is oil and energy, that's a big thing in Norway because Norway lives off the oil and energy. So a lot of people here are in this oil and energy sector, and they are talking about oil. So oil is a big thing in Norway, and especially when it comes to stocks. So if you are on a Norwegian forum, Finansavisen forum, and you are watching and you're reading this, people are gonna talk to a lot about oil because that's what we do. That said, I fear that the oil might dump. And you might be thinking, hey man, how is oil gonna dump? It might dump, I'm telling you. Right now, oil is up 3% again for today, but I think it might dump. And it doesn't have much to do about, it has not much to do about the chart. It has to do, about this, geopolitical environment between Russia and the West. So, what's happening with oil? And the thing is, if you see what's happening, what we are doing to Russia is, we are destroying Russia economically. So, we sanctioned them, from A to Z. We pulled out all of our, companies out of Russia. We are taking oligarchs, property outside of Russia. We are doing everything we can to, close it down, to, hurt it badly, to, ruin the economy. Now, what is one thing that Russia has that it makes money on? Oil and gas. Of course, it got sweet and other stuff, precious metal, but oil and gas. And I think West wants to hurt Russia really, really bad. That's why I think, West might just do some deals with other nations that they usually don't do deals with, if you understand what I mean. Just, because sometimes, it can pay off to do a deal with, your enemy to hurt another enemy, and then, once this enemy is down, then you turn around and, you hurt your previous enemy back, right? So it's, it's a game, right? So if I was, the West against Russia and I wanted to, totally wreck the economy, I would hurt oil and gas. And how do you do that? Well, you have to increase the flow of oil and gas into the market, and you do that by making contracts with other nations and allowing the gas to flow into the West, right? So I think, and this is like purely geopolitical theory, and just say it's only a theory. I don't know if this is gonna happen, but I'm thinking they're trying to hurt. Europe still needs oil and gas from Russia, so it's a little bit bad. But if they find other solutions to oil and gas in Russia, I think the price of oil and gas will drop so low that it will hurt Russia really, really bad economically. Right now it's doing okay, but I think it might fall down just because of that. On the chart it looks fine, but geopolitically speaking, So there's that. I'm not quite sure about gold. This went kind of parabolic up here too fast, so it needs to pull back. Everything needs to pull back. Everything. Oil went parabolic, gold went parabolic up here. This is short-term parabolic. This is daily parabolic move, so you know they don't last that long. This is silver going parabolic. We also got. Let me add wheat up here, because you know wheat futures. This one up here. Wheat. Can I change the name? Flag, unflag, add sanction as a new add text note. Add text note. I would like to change the name up here. You know, my name. Okay, this is wheat as well. Wheat went from 770 to 1363, right? It just exploded towards the upside right now, pulling a little bit on the backside, but that's normal pullback. So far it's normal pullback, right? We have to see how this actually plays out, but so far it's normal pullback. I just took a long warm shower in my brand new bathroom, enjoying it while there is still natural gas. That's good, man. That's good. That's good. I said, you know, a few words more about Cardano, so you might want to check it out. I think I don't remember if it's your thing. If it's your thing. Also been talking about parabolic moves to the downside that might happen, but you know we saw that you know Dogecoin did parabolic move towards downside, but you know it's kind of broke that. It didn't do parabolic move, it did trend break. Right. Let's go back to the main here. DXY pumping like this is today. Yesterday we thought actually this is going to continue on downside. It is trying to pump again. The dollar is, guys, the dollar is pumping like crazy. The dollar is pumping like crazy, and you know, inflation is real because prices are going up, but they're not going up because of the inflation, because they're printing more money. It is inflation, technically it is inflation. I don't know the correct term for it. The prices are rising, but it's not devaluating the dollar. The dollar is getting stronger and stronger and stronger, guys. That's what I want to say. The dollar is getting stronger. Let's see here. Let's see on the other side. Do we have a divergence? Not yet, but there might be. This might be some kind of double top happening up here. So we're gonna see that. Let's see weekly. Weekly is important. Weekly no double top. It's continuing towards the upside. Monthly just pumping like crazy, almost going parabolic towards the upside. Extended from the moving averages a little bit, I think. It is extended, but you know, it can definitely pump more. It can definitely pump more on the extensions. So I don't, I won't say it's done. I won't say it's done. I haven't seen anything that says it's done yet. Let's go to the 4-hourly short term. Short term, it broke the trend though. Short term, it broke the trend. Right, you can see the break trend. So maybe it's gonna try to go hit this line up here 1 time, 2 times, and then go on the downside again, or something like this, and then downside, right? Let me go to BTC a little bit up here. Let me do this one up here. I posted this chart on Twitter, and people, you know, said maybe, just maybe, you know, these lines look legit. This line, you know, trend line looks, if you adjust a little bit, it looks legit, and then you got this triangle up here with the move towards downside. It hits this line at 29k really nicely. But what I did not say is that, you know, if it breaks on the upside, you can go all the way up to 56,000, right? 56,000 up here. So, you know, this is a bottom target for this triangle up here, consolidation triangle, and this is a top target of 56,000 if it breaks towards the upside. So that's interesting, but this wasn't what I want to see. I wanted actually to go to the weekly time frame and check this out up here, but it's not. I wouldn't say this is bad, like 10k. maybe. $29K, give or take. Last dump never happens, right? Last dump never happens, guys. Last dump never happens. Let me see here what we have on the charts right now. DOT is up 5% for the day. Polkadot is up 5% for the day. It does look like a falling, it does look like this. See here, it is very, very, very nice downtrend line. But it's at the resistance. XRP 0.8% up right now, and somebody says it's doing the consolidation pattern. It is doing it. I like, you can see this trend line up here. Maybe it's something like this up here. It's doing consolidation pattern up here. Let's pop the moving average up here. This is on the daily time frame. It is going between this 100 moving average, this 50 moving average. You can see here how nicely it's going into this move. So this might be some kind of bull flag. It's a really, really long bull flag, but you know, whatever reason, this bounced right back up again. So maybe XRP is bullish. Maybe XRP is bullish. What you guys think? Is XRP bullish? Let's go to the weekly time frame. That's where we find the juice. Oh, it looks like it, you know, it managed to stay just below this 10 moving average, and right now going back above. If it can close back above the 10 moving average in 2 days, you know, I would be looking at 85, maybe a little over 80. I'd be looking at 80 levels at least. That's 10% up. That's nothing. Would you see, would you look at that? Something like this maybe. Maybe did break it. Hard to say, hard to say. Anything else you guys want me to look at before we end the show for today? 47 minutes, it's okay. It's okay. Oh, Martin, sorry Martin, did not see what you wrote. Zach. XRP refusing to be pulled down, very, very strong. Yeah, XRP. Guys, I read something about XRP. I don't have it here, but there is from Parliament. Let me try to find it. Let me try to. I'm gonna show you something about XRP. Twitter. Twitter. UK Parliament. Ripple. PDF. Yeah, you see the Parliament UK committees, centered by different cryptocurrencies. Can we go Ripple? Evidence from Ripple. Centered by Digital Currency Inquiry. Ripple Labs contribute to support submission, blah blah blah. They are talking about Ripple on Parliament UK. So the way I see it, there is definitely something happening with the XRP. I mean, this is official, this is official. Parliament UK is official URL for the Parliament of the UK, right? And they are actually looking into Ripple and XRP as a central bank digital currency inquiry, right? So I'm not really good at, with legal stuff or what's happening. I'm not into the fundamentals of Ripple and XRP or what's happening there, but it is a very nice indication to me that something is definitely up there. So all these shizos, in XRP, maybe there is something to it. Maybe there is something to the XRP that I have missed, because it is a currency, but Ripple is a company that has all these good connections. So maybe something's gonna happen there. Maybe and like we said, Ripple has been around for a very long time, and it's still 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's 6th on the list. After this long time, it's not falling down. Number 6 on the list. So you gotta, you know, this is nothing. This is not technically. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. It's number 4 on the list, guys. It's number 4 on the list. Okay. So I'm not writing off XRP. I'm not writing off Ripple, and it's, you know, and there's all these good projects right below it, you know, and they don't have anywhere close to the XRP market cap, right? So there is definitely something going on there. How this actually gonna play out, I do not know, but they're still wrecking the sec. Yeah, but this lawsuit, man, when is this gonna be? When is this gonna end? Okay, let's check. Zach for my man Martin RGL. Ooh, the move. This is a weekly move, daily move. Oh, it's been going up. Wow, look at this, guys. Look at this. Oh, this is nice. So these are some old lines up here, so we're gonna remove all of that. Some kind of double bottom. Do you think in 2 days it can stay above these moving averages? It just to extend on the upside the way I see it. It just to extend on the upside the way I see it. But the move is legit, guys. Zcash. Why is Zcash better than Monero? XMR. Monero. Look what Monero did, guys. Why are these two different? Let's analyze. On this chart up here, this is Monero, and down here we'll put Zcash, and this one we'll do weekly, and this one we'll do weekly, and here we'll clear everything, and here we clear everything. So the chart, does chart look the same? May 2021. It looks almost the same. So these two coins, Monero and Zcash, are coins that are, you know, privacy coins, and they look to be a little bit correlated, but not that much. A little bit, but not that much. And they didn't pump that much either. From the bottom, let's see, from the bottom to the top, 20x. From the bottom to the top, 20x. So both did 20x from the bottom to the top. Right now it's going to consolidation, but you can see here, while this Zcash has a big pump towards the upside, Monero also had the same pump towards the upside. So maybe something was happening that we weren't aware of. And you can see here it had a big pump on the same day. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. On the same day, both of these pumped at the same time. But Monero pulled back while Zcash is continuing pumping towards the upside. So maybe there is something about Zcash that's better than Monero. I don't know. But what happened 4 days ago? What happened 4 days ago? Zcash news 4 days ago, 2 hours ago, 2 hours, 43 minutes ago, 2 days ago, 6 days. Everything you need to know about privacy coin Zcash. Arrested another breakout. Yeah, we saw that. Let's see here. Zcash primary remains on the constant upside movement with an increase in return, blah blah blah. Zcash stimulating market blah, optional highlight. Technical superior trouble leading cryptocurrencies helps Zcash become powerful option. There has been increased buying action with Zcash dipping below 100 in short term. Zcash became the cryptocurrency positive outlook. No, this is just technical and mumbo jumbo. Zcash will break market structure and allow for buying. There's a privacy coin Monero with an inflow Zcash in a week as privacy. Ooh, over 400 million inflow Zcash in a week as privacy coin thrive. Zcash currency with strong privacy features has seen an inflow of 420 million over the past week. Market lights developing privacy coins regaining on cap over the last 7 days. Prior to price time, the market capitulation of Zcash increased from 1.7 billion to 2. Yeah, that's mumbo jumbo. Privacy coin returned to the spotlight. No. So it's 4 days ago. Something happened, but there is no 6 days or 1 day or 1 week ago. Heading in the right direction, like Zcash down 30.3. 2 weeks ago, 1 day ago, 1 day ago. Maybe we should sort it by past week. 1 day, 4 days ago. Shifting crypto landscape threatens crime investigations and sanctions. As cryptocurrency march towards mainstream adoption, and perceived Bitcoin seems to be. So maybe that's you know, they're afraid that you know, they're gonna start, you know, hitting on the Bitcoin and you know, banning stuff. So maybe that's why they're going towards upside. Monero making lower highs after all-time highs, Zcash higher highs. Yeah, on weekly. Maybe there's Monero FUD that made people go into Zcash. It might be that. I don't know. This is actually a higher high, because you can see here, this is on the daily time frame, higher high up here. So even though it's going on the downside, it's still higher high. And also let's try to pull the line up here. Now it's below the it went below the trend line up here, while Zcash is above the trend line. It had moved towards downside, but it bounced back up again. So Zcash definitely look a lot more healthier than Monero. Guys, let me tell you something. You remember when there was in USA that there was some Bitcoin hack or something like that, and then, you know, federal government said like, you can take the Bitcoin, and they took the Bitcoin back or something like that, right? What I want to say is that your keys are not your keys, and your key, if you don't own your key, you know the saying, if you don't own your keys, it's not your Bitcoin, right? But I'm gonna say, if you own your keys and your Bitcoin is on your wallet, you still don't own your Bitcoin. You still don't own. We'll check Zcash a little bit more, just a second. But Bitcoin is not your Bitcoin. I'm gonna explain to you why. I think every single. I remember a long time ago, my dad explained to me. My dad was, you know, computer scientist, and you know, he was he understands it. He said, this, you know, it was in 1990s or something like that, and there was a lot of these new email, you know, encrypting email accounts, encrypting email programs that were, you know, coming to the market. And my dad said, like, why, if I was a criminal, why would I use this? Because right now, you know, the US, you know, the FBI, CIA, whoever, if they are looking for some criminal, you know, they have to go through millions and millions and millions and billions and billions and even trillions of emails and read all of these to find something. And maybe they have even have some kind of, you know, first versions of AI and stuff like that, but they still have to go through trillions and trillions of emails just to find, you know, okay, this guy's saying something bad, that guy's saying bad. But if you are using an encrypted, you know, encrypted software to, you know, to send mails, you know, it's really easy to pinpoint, okay, let's check what you are writing, let's check what he's writing. It doesn't have to be anything criminal, you can just send some kind of love letter, but it's, you know, you kind of, it's easier for them to, you know, filter out what might be of importance and what might not be of importance, right? So, so I also remember that, I don't know how long ago there was also news that, you know, some terrorists was using World of Warcraft to, you know, chat and send messages to each other, because why not? You know, who is going and checking out? Right now they're probably checking everything, but you know, back in time, who's going into the games checking the chat message in games for some terrorist actions, right? So being out in the open where there's a lot of stuff, you know, might help disguise you, but right now there is no helping disguise you. And you might be asking, you know, if these email programs are encrypted, how are they gonna read them? And here's the thing, all the keys, they have it. I think they have all the keys on everything. I think there is a backdoor in every processor on hardware. There is a backdoor, so they can come in and look at everything and see everything. And I think that they search for programs that generate Bitcoin addresses, that generate keys, and they store these keys automatically. So every time you have any kind of PC that's connected to the internet, doesn't matter what kind of device that is, if it's connected to the internet and you have some kind of software that generates a key, that key gets stored in their database. So later when they see, okay, if they can pinpoint this Bitcoin address to you, they have the key to your wallet. They have the key to your wallet. That's what I want to say. So, you know, your key is your Bitcoin, not quite. Your keys, you think it's your Bitcoin, it's not. So only way to have your keys, your Bitcoin, is to take a device that's not connected to the internet, and it will never be connected to the internet. So you have to take a device and physically remove the Wi-Fi and remove any connectors and generate Bitcoin address on that device with the key, and you can use that device to send money to that Bitcoin address. But as soon as you open that Bitcoin address even once, you have to know that there is possibility that your key is compromised. So every address should only be used once. You can use hardware wallet, but doesn't matter. You know, these hardware wallets get created in some kind of factory, and who knows what kind of garbage software they have. And you know, and I just told you, every single PC, every single iPad, everything you have in your house has chips in it, and these chips on a hardware level have backdoors. And this is a known fact. If you go into any kind of hacker community and stuff like that, you'll read that like this is a normal thing. Every government, at least you know the government USA, has a backdoor into every single, even your lawnmower cleaner that's going around your house has a backdoor that can be hacked. Okay, and they got everything. So I'm telling you right now, only way you can have a secure Bitcoin address is to create a Bitcoin address on a hardware on a PC that's not connected to the internet, and you can use that address to send Bitcoin to that address, and you can keep the key for yourself. But as soon as you use that address even once on a device that's connected to the internet and you use the private key, once you do that, it's already been it's already been saved in some kind of database, and they already have it, right? Gotta make your own keys, no generator or saved anywhere but in your head or written. I mean, you can have it in head, but I'm saying like just have a you can go to any kind of store, buy any kind of PC, any kind of laptop, but you have to physically remove the Wi-Fi, and you have to physically remove the Wi-Fi. So there is absolutely you can also remove the Ethernet connection, but that laptop must be never connected to the internet. So to me, I'm not any kind of terrorist and stuff like that. So I'm not that secure. But for some people that want to have security, now that we are talking about Monero and Zcash, only way even Monero and Zcash can be tracked, and that is, I've seen software on internet that actually tracking these transactions. Yes, they go through Tumblr and they're trying to wash through a lot of transactions and split it up, but the computers are very, very, very what do you call it? They are very fast nowadays, and they have AIs, and they have a lot of smart people doing this day in, day out. So for them, it's they do not want to remove Monero and Zcash. They don't want to ban it, because they know the criminals will use it, right? And as long as you can track it, why would you remove it, right? So they don't want you to know that they can track it, but they can track you. So Zcash and Monero is trackable. Even it doesn't matter how you try to do it. They can do it. They have their ways to do it. So you have to always know everything is trackable. They have all the keys to all Bitcoin addresses, all Ethereum addresses, any kind of address that's been generated on a hardware, on a PC that's connected to the internet. It's already stored somewhere in some kind of database, and they have it. So if they need it, they can always pull that. And the only way you can have secure address is to have a laptop that's not connected, physically remove the Wi-Fi from the PC, so it has no options to connect to the internet, and that way you can have create a Bitcoin address there, but you can only use it once. It's all moot when we develop quantum computers. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, but you know, I'm not that good in mathematics and quantum computers and understanding how this actually works, because they do some operation faster, but some other operations are not going that fast. So I'm not quite sure, you know, how that's gonna affect, you know, but Bitcoin is not decentralized. So as soon as quantum computers become a real thing, they're gonna change the code and, oh look, we got a quantum security, right? You got a quantum security. Yeah, so quantum security is gonna, you know, they're gonna change. And all of the real decentralized projects that cannot be changed will need to be forked into a quantum state, you know, quantum security, you know, stuff like that. But, you know, that's technology. It's gonna move, you know, day by day. So there is that. So, you know, Monero and Zcash, they are trackable. Everything is trackable, but, you know, people don't think, people are, you know, trying to find something that's not. I think, and, you know, you're gonna, if you think like me, like, you're gonna live a lot happier life. Just know that any kind of, you know, web camera you have on your phone, on your TV, any kind of microphone you have, even if your computer is not turned off, even if the computer is in sleep mode, they can still listen through that microphone. And there is all kinds of microphones. Right now there is microphones, TVs. You know, you have camera in your, you know, vacuum cleaners nowadays, because it needs to, you know, scan the room and stuff like that. Like, and all of these things, and the vacuum cleaner is also connected to the Wi-Fi, so, you know, it's easy to connect to the Wi-Fi cleaner and see, you know, around the room what's happening, right? And that data is going to some kind of database, you know, and all of that database being uploaded somewhere, and your entire life is being uploaded and used AI to generate an image of what kind of person you are. So right now all of us people are in some kind of database, and we are, you know, they know us better than we know ourselves. It sounds scary, but that's kind of world we live in, guys, unfortunately. So the best thing we can do is accept our fate, because like my wife always says to me, Sasha, we are ants, we cannot do anything, so let's live a happy life as much as we can, give our kids a good life, you know, don't make too much waves around you, you know, and try to get through everything. So we're gonna see. Zcash, let's check a little bit more Zcash and see how it actually, because it looks a little bit more bullish than Monero actually. Zcash. So let's find out how Zcash is doing right now. So you can see here it is above all the moving averages. It closed above daily, above 200 moving averages. So it is above all the moving averages on all time frames. Best case scenario is just, you know, consolidates up here, so these moving averages have a little bit time to get up there for a couple of days, and then continues towards up. That's best case scenario. Worst case scenario, it dumps down. It dumps down just like, if it dumps down just like Monero did, something like over here, below this line up here, I would say that's 10 moving 129 or something. If it goes below 129 or something like that, then it's back, you know, in this move up here. You can see here this actually broke on the upside, you know, so that might be actually good thing for Bitcoin, right? Because Bitcoin has the same kind of, technically the same kind of pattern up here, right? And Zcash broke through upside, so maybe Bitcoin is gonna break through upside. Motion to strike fair notice defense in SEC case denied. Interesting. Motion to strike fair. I have absolutely no clue what that means. But thanks for saying that. I have absolutely no clue what that means. So. It does look good. On the daily it looks good. Let's go to the weekly time frame. See here, it's trying to get above this 2050 moving average. I would like it actually to close below the 2050 moving average, because it's a little bit extended from this 10 moving average up here. But if it closes up here above these moving averages and it manages to stay above the moving averages up here around the 52 or something like that, that might also show very much bullishness, big resistance level is up here, I think. I'm not quite sure how I'm gonna draw it, something like this or something like that. What you guys think? Maybe something like this. Let's see on the daily time frame. Man, one day, man, these moving averages are, sorry, these trend lines are gonna kill me, man. maybe up here. So what am I gonna say? Target is 260 or something like that. 60% towards upside, if it managed to do that. Let's see other trend lines. There are some nice trend. Oh, this is getting broken. It's hitting exact resistance. You see here? Oh, this is nice. Oh, that's bad. Oh, there we go. Look at this, nice. It's not perfect, but it's nice. But look at this, 1, 2, 3, and this up here falling downside. And look what it's doing right now. It needs to get back in the triangle. It needs to get back above the trend line. And right now it did pump a lot, but it pumped only towards this trend line. It needs to break and go up here. It needs to break up here. So maybe it's already at the resistance. Right now it's at the resistance. Right now it's very scary to buy, because it is above the moving average, but it is sitting on the resistance. It's sitting on the resistance. It's sitting on the resistance. It's sitting on the resistance. Let's see Monero. Monero. Did Monero do the same thing? I think it was something like down here. Yeah, that's why Monero pulled back. That's why Monero pulled back. It went all the way up there to the resistance. But the lines are not that legit though. No, it is legit. Could be legit. This one up here. Maybe that's the thing. Maybe it, you know, it just came, it came to the resistance, too fast and just pulled back. While Zcash, used a couple of days to get to the resistance. Right now, trying to stay up here, but it is at the resistance, unfortunately. But we'll see if it can manage to, show some kind of bullishness up here. Let's go into the 4-hourly, 1-hourly. It is trying to, hold up here. But I don't see any kind of pattern up here. This actually bounced towards the upside. Let's see if you have any kind of, yeah, there is divergence on the RSI. No, there is no divergence on the RSI. Let's see 4-hourly. Is there anything? Still no cross, but the momentum, the price is going towards the upside, but the momentum is going towards the downside, unfortunately. And the volume is not. Volume is there. 4-hourly volume is actually been climbing towards the upside. Let's check Monero. Monero up here. Monero actually had a just big volume and then declining volume down here. Now, I'm a little bit unsure about the Zcash, but when it hits the resistance and you see this kind of, this is daily, this is 2-day, weekly. What were we just? Oh, sorry, this was 4-hourly. Yeah, the 4-hourly doesn't matter. There is no divergence here on the RSI on the daily. 2-day, nothing. Still nice. Looks like it's going towards the upside. Looks like it's breaking zero line. 2-day broke the zero line up here. I don't know, man. I don't know. It's hitting resistance, but it needs to show me that it wants to go higher. Then I'm gonna become bullish. But right now, it nice pump, hit resistance. Right now stop, so we're gonna see. Blockchain Baker has been singing for privacy coins, but I see the same chart you do. I don't get it. No, like, I'm not quite sure if he does it, but we've been talking about Zcash for a long time, and oftentimes I've seen bullish moves on Zcash. So I don't have Monero on my chart, but I've seen Zcash doing nice moves, and it didn't. Let me see how much it actually dumped. 70%, just like everything else. It has the same chart up here. I mean, it's not crazy bullish, not something out of the ordinary. They're just pumping and stuff like that, right? It's still following Bitcoin, but it's sometimes Zcash is doing nice bullish moves, but not that much. But right now it's hitting the resistance. Right now it's hitting the resistance. Okay, guys, been 1 hour 15 minutes. Thanks for everybody. Thanks for all TF Fans Club members. Thanks for stopping by. Enjoy the stay. We're gonna try. I'm not quite sure about Saturday, Sunday, what we're gonna do then. There will be no Bitcoin daily tomorrow because it's Saturday and Sunday. I have stuff to do. Kids are at home and stuff like that. But Monday to Friday, I'm gonna try to do that. But yeah, maybe tomorrow will be only TF Fans Club as well. I'm gonna try to keep I like when there is not that much chatting in the chat. I mean, I like, you know, to talk with you guys, but, you know, I don't like, you know, the chat just, you know, going crazy and being spammed. So I like this. I like the only TF Fans Club streams, so I think I'm gonna continue doing that, you know. Anyways, guys, thanks for stopping by. We chatted about a lot of stuff. I'm hoping Bitcoin will do something nice soon. I'm hoping it won't drop on the downside on here, but, you know, I really, you know, this is a rejection. This is first rejection, the second rejection, third rejection right now. Right now, sitting below these moving averages. So if it starts going on the downside down here, I'm looking at 29. Always good stuff. Nice conversation. Anyways, yeah. Hope I didn't rant too much about privacy coins and the Bitcoin and stuff like that. So, you know, I'll see you tomorrow, guys. By the way, last question. Can you hear the music in the background? Okay, guess everybody is out of the chat. Okay, guys, see ya tomorrow. Bye-bye.